So one thing about me is I collect old video game magazines. I've been talking about on the podcast for a while about doing some like flip throughs of some of these. This is the very first video game magazine I ever purchased. I bought it at a Food Lion in Archdale, North Carolina, way back when it came out. Because I was super into Lord of the Rings at the time because of the movies and all that stuff. And Third Age was previewed. I was like, oh, this is great. And then next thing you know, I was like a video game magazine subscriber. Primarily EGM. Also had like Game Informer. I think I had some PlayStation magazine and things like that, Xbox magazine. But like EGM was like the go-to, covered everything. It was also, I think, the most personality of any of the video game magazines. It also had a connection to oneup.com, which was a like early video game website message board that I was super into. There's just so much cool stuff in here, man. Like from the 4-page ads where you get like, which I really miss those. You know, even the single-page ads are so cool. Like it's just good stuff. But like, then you can find all sorts of gems. Like their early preview of the Guy game, a game that we can no longer talk about because shenanigans, you know, like that's a video in itself. What we got here? Like I used to generally track game releases by the coming soon section because hey, I didn't have the internet at home and it was really easy to just like, oh, Battlefront's coming out. That's exciting. Let's put that on the list for Christmas. I mean, it just was such a vibe, man. Like the full-on maps and stuff that was added to the magazine it's more than just like a screenshot and a couple of words. It was a lot of design that went into it as well. Remember when this was the big hot thing? There was lots of talk about gaming on your phone. What a crazy concept. You know, you want to play some Madden on your phone on the subway? That's crazy. I really love just flipping through these old video game magazines. Pandora Tomorrow getting a 7, an 8, and a 7.5. That seems pretty reasonable. I love Pandora Tomorrow. That's the GameCube version though. That's another thing. They used to review games by console because there was such big differences and such. Tricks section. Some magazines leaned heavily into tricks. EGM usually only had a couple of pages at most, but some magazines that was like their main bread and butter. EGM wasn't really that kind of magazine. And then I always liked EGM used to have like a cool comics at the end of it that were generally pretty funny and like cool, like mocking the video game industry, things like E3 and stuff like that were going on at the time. It generally related to the cover story, stuff like that. Man, got a ton of these. If you guys would like to see these, you know, flip through and stuff. Hey, remember when you could buy CDs for $1 with memberships and then get screwed over when you never canceled the membership, or you screwed them over